Assalamu alaikum guys, and welcome to another video. Today I am going to redesign the home page of our subject website, which is Lahore Leeds University. Let's begin with the issues I pointed out in my first video. I will be comparing the original website and the redesigned one and explain my thoughts on the go. So first is the navigation. Let's talk about the placement of the navigation and the top bar menu. If we look at the original website, it seems to be too close to each other and the navigation looks cluttered. I covered this in bad points in my previous video. So in the redesigned version, I took advantage of negative space by bringing down the main navigation, making the font more visible and focused. It separates the top bar menu and the home page navigation, which looks familiar now and easy to understand. Yeah, it's a small change, but it clears out the confusion about the navigation. And yeah, I also added the search, which is the missing in the original. It's one of the points covered in evaluation as help and documentation. Now the user can quickly search the website without wandering here and there. Next, coming to the navigation itself, we can distinguish if a certain menu has more drop-down options or not. This is also true for the further sub-menu items if we go further deep down in the menu. This is addressed in the redesigned version with an arrow next to the drop-down items. As you can see, also in menu options, I removed the duplicate submenus and irrelevant options as they are also presented elsewhere at other places. Such as if we look at the academics department menu, again user will be unable to tell if the said academics have more programs in it or not. So the only way to find out is to hover over the menu option. So keeping in mind that the website does utilize the mega menu, or you can say the expanded menu, I rearranged the items when redesigning it, and now you can see that all the academics are in one page or in one go. User can easily select the program without the need of hovering over it or guessing. Furthermore, the options which have no link attached to them are removed. Such as there is no course or program in College of Pharmacy. It's a very bad idea to include those menu items which don't have any link or content to it. Similarly, Contact Us is used to direct users to a separate page where all the ways are displayed for the user to communicate with. So it should not have submenus as it is in the original version. So I removed those, and now it is a link to a page we can where we can display all the ways user can establish communication with the website. So now let's move on to the body of the home page, starting with the banners, add sliders, or whatever you call them. In the original, we can see that the images are irrelevant to the content intended to, which I discussed in the previous video as the heuristic evaluation point for consistency and standards. So it's a standard that when we look at an ad or banner, we know that there will be a call to action text and some buttons to go to the relevant section or page. But it's not true in our case. So first I find and use the right image in that context, and then there is call to action text and the button for the user to click and go. Same is the case if we go down further with the lower sub banners images. So in the redesigned version, I took care of those and replaced them with more appropriate images and the call to action buttons. Now we have more room to click and know that these links will direct us to another section or another page where we can do more things. By scrolling down further, I added the mission statement, which is again not present in the original one, and we discussed in the bad points in my previous video. Obviously, the text is a dummy text, so it can be replaced with some doable or impressive statements. Next is the social media ads or some more ads, which in my opinion seems to be overcrowded. This is also pointed out in the last video as the coverage issue and the consistency. It's always better to use social icons instead of their pages to load. These widgets also cause the website to slow down, as they have to load more content from the external websites each and every time we click on the home button. The section below this is not properly aligned or grouped as it overlaps with the section above from it. It's also a consistency and standard issue, as well as the aesthetically and minimalistic design. The quick links are not quick links, it's just a text to fill the gap. Similarly, the faculties are just a few names of the person and not the faculty, as so we call them the faculty or departments. So the only thing I think the developer wants to show here are the news and the events. So what's happening right now or in the past date should be shown here. So what I did, I reduced the content to put more focus on the intended content, which is the obviously news and updates. So here now user can view the individual news or read more about it via a read more link on every news, or click on the view all to explore all the news. And yes, there is a call to action ad for admission below it, because it's a good practice to place a motivational ad or call to action ad where the user is in the middle of something or scrolling or browsing here and there. So it's a good point to bring their focus back to some doable actions. The next in the list is the international collaborations. So if we look at in the original website, here's the story is totally different, and if we call the minimalistic and aesthetic design, it doesn't match with the consistency of the rest of the website. It looks like a home page or homepage menu inside another home page. The tabs here, other than the collaborations, do not show any relevant link or text to support the content. So while redesigning, I considered that the collaborations are a must to show, and they now look more familiar, as you can see, and they are now aesthetically appealing. So coming to the end of the home page, we have the footer, which is usually used for the quick links and more info about the website. While the original version doesn't cover all the necessary links, they just filled the gaps to just show the footer to the people or the user. I tried to enlist them in the redesigned home page. So if you now look at it, the downloads are in the download section and the other informative links are in the quick links. Obviously, these are just a few links and more links can be added to it as needed. Well, it's very hard to criticize my own work, but obviously there can be more improvement needed. For instance, I could improve the call to action menus, banners, sections, etc. The footer menu can be extended to cover all the basic links. I just showed a glimpse what we can do with the footer, but it's not a complete footer. Navigation design can be more readable by using spaces efficiently, and more sections or ads should be populated to show students a glimpse of the quality of education and campus life of students, the students' success in different practical fields, and like some motivation stories or so, and that can also be included here. But I had a limited time frame to quickly redesign it. So that's it from me, guys. Please share, like and subscribe if you do like the video. And oh yes, please comment out and let me know what you think I should include the things while redesigning. Stay tuned and see you next time. Allah Hafiz.